Long ago, there was a beautiful kingdom called Evermist. It was ruled by a wise king named Edward. He had one daughter, Princess Elowyn, who was kind, intelligent, and loved by everyone. Princess Elowyn was now 20 years old. The king knew it was time for her to marry. He wanted her to marry a prince who was not just handsome or rich, but someone with a good heart and strong character. One morning, the king made an announcement. "I invite all princes from neighboring kingdoms to come to Evermist. Whoever proves himself to be the most worthy will marry my daughter, Princess Elowyn." News spread quickly to all the lands around Evermist. 3 princes decided to try their luck. The first prince was named Victor from the kingdom of Goldstone. He was very rich. He believed his wealth would win the princess. The second prince was named Philip from the kingdom of Irondale. He was very strong. He believed his strength would impress everyone. The third prince was named Prince Alaric from the kingdom of Clearwater. He was simple and quiet. He had no fancy clothes or big muscles. He came with just one old servant and his horse. All 3 princes arrived at the palace on the same day. The king and Princess Elowyn welcomed them warmly. "Welcome, princes," the king said with a smile. "You will stay here for 3 days. During this time, I will test you. Only the one who passes all tests will marry my daughter. The tests will not be about wealth or strength. They will be about character." That evening, there was a grand dinner. All 3 princes sat at the royal table with the king and Princess Elowyn. Prince Victor talked loudly about his riches. "Your Majesty, my palace has rooms made of pure gold. My horses wear diamond shoes. If the princess marries me, she will have everything money can buy." Prince Philip flexed his arms. "Your Majesty, I can lift 3 men at once. I have defeated every warrior in my kingdom. If enemies attack, I will protect the princess with my strength." Prince Alaric said nothing. He simply listened politely and ate his food quietly. Princess Elowyn watched all 3 princes carefully. She was not impressed by Victor's boasting or Philip's showing off, but she was curious about Alaric, who seemed humble and thoughtful. The next morning, the king announced the first test. "Last night there was a heavy storm," the king said. "A tree fell and blocked the main road to the village. Many farmers need to use that road to bring food to the market today. Whoever clears the road will pass the first test." The 3 princes went to see the problem. A huge tree lay across the road. It was very big and heavy. Prince Victor looked at the tree and laughed. "I will not touch this dirty tree. I'm a prince, not a worker. Let me pay some men to do this job." He threw a bag of gold coins to some villagers. "Clear this road quickly." The villagers took the money and started working while Prince Victor went back to the palace to rest. Prince Philip rolled up his sleeves. "This is perfect for me. I will show my great strength." He tried to lift the tree all by himself. He pulled and pushed with all his might. His face turned red. His muscles bulged. But the tree was too heavy even for him. After an hour, he gave up, tired and angry. "This tree is too big. It is impossible for one man." He also went back to the palace. Prince Alaric looked at the tree carefully. He saw it was too heavy to lift alone. So he went to the village and talked to people. "Good people, this tree is blocking your road. If we all work together, we can move it. Will you help me?" The villagers were surprised. A prince was asking them for help, not ordering them. They liked his respectful manner. "Of course, we will help you, Prince Alaric." Alaric organized everyone. Alaric worked harder than anyone else. He cut branches, pulled ropes, and pushed with all his energy. His royal clothes got dirty. His hands got scratches. But he did not stop. He worked together with the common people like he was one of them. After 2 hours of teamwork, the road was clear. The villagers cheered for Prince Alaric. "Thank you, Prince. You worked with us, not above us," Alaric smiled. "Thank you all. Together, we are strong." When all three princes returned to the palace, the king asked them how they cleared the road. Prince Victor said proudly, "I used my wealth wisely, Your Majesty. I paid workers to do it." Prince Philip said, "I tried to use my strength, but the tree was too large. It was an unfair test." Prince Alaric said humbly, "I asked the villagers to help me, Your Majesty. We worked together as a team. Alone I am weak, but together we were strong enough." The king nodded thoughtfully. Princess Elowen smiled at Alaric with admiration. That afternoon, the king announced the second test. "In the town outside the palace," the king said, "there is a blind storyteller who sits near the old fountain. He is very poor and very old. Each of you must visit him and offer him a gift. But listen carefully. You must give him something that cannot be bought in any market. The prince who gives the most meaningful gift will pass the second test." Prince Victor went first. He rode to the fountain and saw the blind man sitting with a torn blanket. Victor pulled out a heavy pouch of gold coins and tossed it into the man's lap. "Here, old man, buy yourself food. Be grateful." The blind storyteller smiled politely, but his face remained sad. "Thank you, my prince." Prince Philip went second. He walked proudly to the fountain and placed a sharp silver dagger near the old man's hands. "I give you protection," Philip said. "If anyone threatens you, you can defend yourself." The blind man shook his head gently. "My child, a blind man cannot fight with a dagger." Then Prince Alaric went to the fountain. He did not speak at first. He simply sat beside the old storyteller. "Grandfather," Alaric said softly, "tell me one of your stories." The blind man blinked. "You want to hear my story?" "Yes," Alaric said. "Your voice is valuable." So the blind storyteller began to tell a story about heroes, about kindness, about the pain of loneliness. People slowly gathered around. Children sat on the ground. Women smiled. Old men listened quietly. When the story ended, the old storyteller whispered, "No one has asked me to tell my stories in years." Prince Alaric took the man's hands gently. "I cannot heal your eyes," Alaric said, "but I can give you something better. Respect, time, and a place to be heard." The blind storyteller's eyes filled with tears. When the princes returned, the king listened carefully. Prince Victor boasted, "I gave gold." Prince Philip said, "I gave him protection." Prince Alaric said, "I gave him company and dignity." Princess Elowen felt her heart melt. The king smiled. "Very good. Now we will have the final test tomorrow morning." The next morning, the king gathered the three princes in the palace courtyard. "For the final test," the king announced, "I have placed a sealed wooden box somewhere in the palace. Inside it is the key of destiny. Whoever brings it to me before sunset will marry my daughter." The princes gasped. Prince Victor ran immediately to the treasure room. A key must be kept near gold. He searched everywhere, gold shelves, royal vaults, jewel chests, but found nothing. Prince Philip ran to the armory. "A key belongs near weapons." He flipped swords, broke locks, opened cabinets. Guards stared at him in fear. He found nothing. Prince Alaric walked slowly, thinking carefully. "A destiny key," he whispered. "It must be hidden where truth lives, not where wealth shines." Then he heard a scream. He rushed toward the sound and found a servant boy shaking in fear. "What happened?" Alaric asked. The boy sobbed. "The queen's medicine has fallen into the well. If she doesn't drink it today, she will fall terribly ill. I tried to get it back, but I can't, and they will punish me." The other servants were too afraid to help. Prince Alaric looked into the dark well. It was deep and dangerous. If he jumped, he could get hurt, and if he wasted time, he might lose the contest. Prince Alaric took a deep breath. Then, without hesitation, he tied a rope around his waist. "Hold this tightly," he told the servants. He climbed down into the well. The stone walls scraped his hands. Cold water soaked his clothes. His body trembled. At last, he reached the medicine bottle, still floating. He grabbed it, then signaled the servants to pull him up. When he returned, wet and shivering, he handed the bottle to the boy. "Go, give it to the queen quickly." The boy ran. Just then, the wooden box was dropped at Prince Alaric's feet. He turned sharply. There stood Princess Elowen herself, wearing a servant cloak. She removed her hood and smiled with shining eyes. "It was you," Alaric whispered in shock. Princess Elowen nodded with tears. "Yes, the medicine was never real. The well was part of the test. My father and mother wanted to see if you would risk everything to save someone else." "Prince Alaric," the king announced, "you have passed all 3 tests. The key of destiny was never meant to be hunted like treasure. It was meant to reveal hearts." Prince Alaric fell to one knee. "Your Majesty, I did not help to win." "That is exactly why you won," the king said warmly. Princess Elowen took Alaric's hand. "Prince Alaric, you have the kindest heart I have ever known. Will you marry me?" Alaric looked into her beautiful eyes. "Princess Elowen, it would be my greatest honor." The palace erupted in celebration. Music played, flowers bloomed, and everyone danced with joy. Prince Victor and Prince Philip left quietly, ashamed but wiser. They had learned an important lesson. A month later, Prince Alaric and Princess Elowen were married. It was the most beautiful wedding the kingdom had ever seen. People came from everywhere to celebrate the prince who won a princess not with gold or strength, but with kindness and truth. And they lived happily ever after, ruling their kingdoms with wisdom, compassion, and love.